Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Canadian Bowler Open 2024. It's a great day, great morning here in Calgary at the Calgary Lawn Bowling Club. We have first round action of the championship knockout. We have Team House versus Team Cameron. And we hope that you enjoy all the action live from Calgary. I am Daryl Fitzgerald. I am one of the hosts of the Canadian Bowler podcast. Together with Luke Caldwell and Michael Patulli, we run the Canadian Bowler channel on YouTube. Lots of bowling content, lots of bowling coaching advice, live streams, and a podcast of news and opinions from all around the bowls world. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate all the viewership, all the support, and we hope you enjoy this action in the Canadian Bowler Open. So for those watching, the teams are Team Cameron, which is Josh Cameron and Vincent Tsakrekos. Hopefully I got that right. And for Team House, it's Gord House and Jake House making up that team. So a little loose end to start off here. We do not have trial ends in our pairs matches, so sometimes the kickoff end can be a little loose as everybody's getting used to the green. It's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful day here in Calgary. We hope you are enjoying your long weekend in Canada, Labor Day weekend. We know that school's starting up. People will be going back to work after a nice long weekend. But we hope you enjoyed the bowls content here that we're putting on for you. And if you love bowls, you think this is fun, make sure that you get your name in for next year. We're going to hopefully make this bigger and better. We're going to be a quick reminder to the players. I've got Master of Ceremonies Michael Patulli just running over to the green to give them a little heads up to make sure they're not standing in front of the camera. Sometimes getting on stream and not being aware of the camera is tough for players because it's not normal here in Canada. One out for Team House, and waiting on a measure for a fair number of lengthy second or third shots. Oh, they didn't wedge the ball and it fell over. There's a quick lesson. I guess they're agreeing on where it was. There's no scoreboards over there.
I'm trying to get the scoreboard.
Is that what you're doing? Okay.
I'm in the process, guys.
All right, playing a little shorter end here. I believe that was a 3 for Team House. We're just waiting for scoreboard confirmation on that, and we'll get that shortly. Just gonna sail about 4 feet behind. Good ball there from Vincent. Nice one just under jack high, probably about 6 inches in front. And Jake just going by, added another foot. Uncle Dill, thanks for showing up in chat. Good morning to you too. It's going to be a great day of bowls, and we're hoping that we bring you some great action from the greens here at Calgary Lawn Bowling Club. Vincent putting together a pretty good head here. One of his getting chipped out, but he's still holding 2. Jake House just sailing through. Couldn't quite dial back the weight on that. Well, we have some other big matches. Team McDonald, which is Greg Wilson and Jen McDonald, take on Team Thrasher of Billy Thrasher and Matthew Hubert. Team Packer and Team Howard. Team Mock versus Team Ballinger. Team Charlton, which is Bobby Jean Charlton and Cam McClellan versus Roy Riggy and Nathan Finley. Team Selzler versus Team Kuzak. Team Kaufman versus Team Kowalczyk. And Team Bird versus Team Wong. So some really good matchups in this championship bracket. This is your metal. All right. Mike Patulli going to check his playlist. He's got a few pretty heavy songs for early in the morning here. He might tone it down a little bit just to get people started in the day. Josh just flying a little bit by.
Catch me up, Daryl. What's happened so far?
I've had a few looser ends to start. Team has picked up a good 3 in the start, and Vincent drew a nice shot in that didn't change through the skips bowls. So
we got 3-1 after 2.
That's right.
Wonderful.
I was just telling the audience that it's how we roll here at the Canadian Bowler Open. We listen to Linkin Park at the crack of dawn every day.
Spotify is not so smart with its smart notifications and added this to the playlist without my knowing. It's a good way to get the players awake, I guess. One of Linkin Park's louder, screamier songs.
Jake with a good opener here, just a few feet through. Vincent looking to dial in his line. Thank you, Uncle Dill. We can thank DJ Michael Patulli for that. A really nice bowl here from Vincent, just a few feet off, and he would have had a perfect bowl. Jake House. A nicely weighted bowl, just going to sail a little narrow. It's hard to tell whose shot.
That's a tough part about our angle. It's hard to say if it would be Vince's bowl essentially right on the line, but short, or the jack level bowl that's nice and narrow. That probably is number one.
Yeah. Players just having a little trouble dialing in that center line draw.
I think it's a little difficult early in the morning to adjust, especially with the fact there's no trial ends. We usually have seen this. Usually the first 2-3 ends, the teams are a little looser.
Jake here with a bomb of a bowl. Definitely shot there.
Looks bizarre to look down the green and see Pat Bird wearing a Saskatchewan shirt. I had to actually do a double take there.
Yeah.
Considering he's originally from Saskatchewan, he can proudly wear it, but dear Lord, that looks weird.
Yeah. So used to seeing him in pink all the time with Alberta.
Yeah.
Scored with just a touch. Josh getting a little tight on his line. I mean, if Gord can pull that back to the two green bowls on the right hand side and the red bowl. Crawling up. Probably 2 at the least with a measure. Yeah. Vincent confirming it's 2 in a measure. Josh saying he's going to play a little weight here. Could be dangerous if he doesn't stay with it. House has a bundle on that right side. Yeah. Josh tight on that one. So we'll see here. Team House picks up a 2 and maybe a 3. Oh, Gord has 1 more to come. Could be even better. He doesn't have anything to really worry about coming back there. So go back to that. Both seem to agree 2, and then a measure between the blue and the green. For those out there watching, it's always handy to have a towel when you're doing the count, so you can throw the towel down, move your bowls over, so you know which ones are counted and which ones are not. Sometimes players get a little confused. They start moving bowls out, and then they start measuring to the bowls they've already moved out, not realizing that those were the counters. Dale, the greens look nice. I know the greenskeepers say they're not the best they have ever been, just because of the water ban and some of the struggles that Calgary has had recently. But all the players say how great they are, and I've been able to roll a few bowls, and I can confirm that they roll really nice. So no complaints from anybody playing here. Team House picks up another 2. It's 5-1. And then plays shorter jack again. Seems to be Team House's preferred length. Thank you, Dill. We appreciate it. Everybody has been so supportive. It's been tiring every day, but it has been well worth it. Dill, thanks for the shadow. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Every interaction, it's free. It's absolutely free on YouTube. Just hit it below the video that you're watching. And that like goes a tremendous way for us to make more content like this and bring more events like this to Canada. We have a ton of plans. We just need the support and the funding to make them happen. This is the first, and so far it's going well. Camaro, Team Camaro, holding shot. Josh is just looking to solidify that head with a closer bowl. Josh trying to play down onto his blue shot bowl.
It appears those Saskatchewan jerseys might be working for Pat Bird down the way. I think they're up 10-0 after 3.
Oh, wow.
Dramatic start to that one.
I did have a quick chat with John this morning, and he did say he slept fantastic and feels fantastic, so that
Good for
could
him.
be dangerous. Josh just can't seem to get wide enough to slip by. He's cutting across the front of the head.
And Josh plays with lignoids. His bull will get a lot of bend as it turns.
Mm-hmm.
I say amongst the players in the tournament, he's probably one of the few playing with a full bias bull. It's a pretty rare bull to be using nowadays. Most people have sort of the mid-bias bulls. The traditional classics, lignoids, they're not as common anymore.
Vincent showing that they're down the 1. Josh asking about weight. They don't have anything in the back except for the 1 blue, which is just blocked by jigs right now.
Yeah, Mr. Roboto is going to let one rip, it appears. Vince, yeah, you just said YOLO. I don't think Vince agrees with that sentiment. Oh no, that did not work well. I think he picked his only bull, and looks like it's probably 3 to the house, boys.
Fortunate result there. That is a 3.
Costly bull by Mr. Cameron. YOLO is not traditionally the best motto for lawn bowls. It's a quick way to get yourself in a lot of trouble and essentially have your game be over very early.
Yes. Yeah, you want to make sure that you have a pretty solid foundation if you're going to take a rip at it, or it's just extreme desperation because you've got nothing around anyway. So it's not going to...
There has to be a reward to it, too. He had no
Yeah.
back bulls, so I don't know what he was thinking about.
Yeah. Makes it difficult.
Very costly. Awful costly. Jen McDonald throwing some weight down on that rink. Ooh, right through the port. I have to say there's some pretty interesting shirts out there today. Bobby Jean and Cam McClelland are sporting their Maori shirts again. Slightly different color than yesterday, but very flashy. We also got Peter Mock in. What does that look like to you? What? Bedazzled Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris inspired, yeah.
Harriet says a kaleidoscope beside me. Some sort of crazy colors, but it looks very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Candy Crush, maybe even.
Yeah.
We'll just call them Team Candy Crush. Looks like a bunch of bubbles that they're going to pop or something. Nice to see all the color on the greens.
Vincent looking to dial one in here. The line looks decent. Just going to sail through with the weight, but
That was a good bowl by Vinny. Good little spot for Josh. That was unfortunate.
and just crashing on the outside.
That will clip Vince in there for shot.
It's good to see some of these young guys out here playing.
Yeah, we got a good contingent of young bowlers out here. So I think Vince and Caden Carter would probably be the two youngest in
Yeah.
the field. We got quite a few players who would be, what, the late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
It's a good little mix of young and old in this tournament. We're very happy with the showing we've had. Ghostface Killa Kowalchuk next door is not happy with his bowls. They're up 5-1 after 4 against Team Kaufman. Looks like that might
Good
be
ball
our,
there.
I think that might be our number one. Vince hasn't really looked at it, so must be obvious.
Gord looking to tighten this in. He's taking the other side this time. It's a good position for him. Just a little hot from Josh.
Yeah, just a little bit through the head, but again, it sets himself up with a few opportunities on his last ball. Right?
Mhm.
Actually, no, I think he is already throwing his last ball. No, one more.
Just gonna come up a little short on that one. Josh looking to find his some good draw weight here.
Just computing that line. Nice release. He's stalking after it.
Yeah, he's running. There he goes.
I think he did it.
It's closer.
Or at least entertaining it. It's got to be. Josh does play with a size 5. He's got a pretty large bowl. So I think they indicated 1 for the house boys.
Let's want to have a look, Mike.
Didn't even have to break out the measure.
Nine one for Team House, playing 6.
Starting to look like a bit of a landslide here.
Mm-hmm.
See if Vince and Joshua can respond. Looks like an okay start here.
Yeah. Put a foot off of the jack.
Good start there by Jake.
I think Josh is just looking to score that one, change the jack length. Team House has been scoring a bunch of points at a short distance. It's just not gonna make it. So it looks a little hot. Good bowl there. Give a little position.
Yeah, shot in position. That's a good mentality to have as a lead. If you can leave your skip with shot in position, I think you've done your job as a lead.
Mm-hmm. Jake adding more, crouching into his back bowl. He's got position on both sides now. He's just looking to add another 2 feet.
Vince is looking at it very intently. Looks like he's a little heavy as well.
If you're a fan of the channel and you like some of our other content, like our coaching videos, Coach's Corner, technical difficulties, and some of the other bowls-related content, we will be trying to put up more of that stuff as soon as possible.
One day, Daryl and I won't be bowling or running a tournament.
Well, one of the areas we want to add is a section for drills, so we can do some really short videos on drills for specific things. And one of my favorite ones is something like climb the ladder. You know, you have 4 targets, all 2-3 feet longer than the rest, and you work on adding and removing weight.
Oh, that's a good drill. Look forward to that video, Daryl. Maybe it'll help me become a semi-quality player.
something that just noticed a few bowlers struggling with is when they want to add 2 feet, you add 3 or 4. You want to take off 2 feet and you drop 6.
Yeah, making those adjustments, it's a important skill.
Team House holding 2. Josh with the great line.
Almost might have done it. Number
Might have got
one.
Number 1.
Vinny gives him the number 1.
I think Josh is going to play for that green bowl.
The questioning seemed to be around that. I don't know if I would necessarily playing, how depending on his weight, I guess, just pushing it through. It could get 2-3, I think is what Vince was saying. That intermediate weight, though, would be pretty detrimental if you got the jack.
I think you just nailed your draw weight, so do that again. Right?
Oh, no.
Maybe down 1 now? Oh, no, Josh keeps 1. Now they're looking at the second. Maybe he did get 2 out of it. Yeah, when you're struggling, you want to get that draw weight down. So at least that's 1 check mark off. So
That'll be 2. 2
Good
to the
shot.
skipper. Nice bowls by Josh. Makes this game a little bit more close. We are approaching our halfway point now, and
Playing 7.
9-3, so at least evens it up or gets it a little bit closer.
You can see that nice Canadian Bowler Open polo that Vince is modeling for us right now. If you do want one of those awesome shirts, we do have a limited supply. $45 or 2 or more for 40 each. And we'll be happy to sell those to you. Outfit your team in some really cool shirts that you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, I can confirm they feel absolutely tremendous to play in. Very breathable shirt.
If you do want to make an order, email CanadianLawnBowler@gmail.com. We'll take your order and we can ship them anywhere you need them to be. As expected, they got the jack back and Team Cameron stretching it out. Vince few feet behind. Not a bad opening bowl.
Yeah, it's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pans out for them.
Jake with a very narrow, very short bowl.
Yeah, that length change seems to have Caught him off guard a bit. See if Vince can apply the pressure.
I wouldn't think that green ball is in the way. Vince should be
I
able
think
to.
you have to be pretty far out there to
Yeah.
make contact with it.
So Vince should just be making the same shot, but Josh is calling him a little narrow to avoid that ball,
Which is bizarre.
which
I'm not sure what they were thinking there. Honestly, like that ball seems pretty far out there. Bizarre,
Yeah, if you
bizarre
hit it-
call to tell your lead to deliberately play that narrow.
Jake adding some weight, but he's still narrow, so he's just going to sail off to the corner of the green. He's still on the ditch board. Vince now switching hands, going down the other side. That might be in the way of a cold draw to the jack. Jake with a good ball there. Got a little position behind, probably second shot. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Supporting the channel helps us support bowls in North America and Canada. We appreciate all the support, all the views, and hope you are enjoying the stream. Josh is looking to draw a closer bowl here. He's coming down. Definitely tested that side out there. Got way outside. Looks like Josh is going to try that side again. I think those bowls might be in the way of his lignoids, but maybe he can get around it. Looks
Giving
like
it a chance here.
better line here. Just got to skirt that blue, but doesn't have the weight.
Short and tight is always a nice spot for your bowl, right?
Yes.
Just might have the shot here.
Oh, just shakes it.
This is definitely our loosest head we've had, but I think Vince is probably
Still holding one.
two, maybe three.
All right. Josh switching hands. Gonna come down the open hand. See if he can just lob one in there. He's really just looking for another close one. And this is not a bad line.
Yeah, he's computed this one well.
There you go. Shot drawn. Good shot by Josh Cameron.
And the targeting systems were operational there. Let's see what the line looks like here. The weight looks pretty close.
Yeah. Just needs to stop.
Maybe.
Maybe?
So I think that's second shot. That's still a good bull because I believe they were down at least 2. Yep, so that's 1. It's a good saving shot. What's your strategy as a skipper there, Daryl? Are you always trying to limit your opponents to 2 or less? Are you trying to always look for big ends? How do you sort of play the game?
Really, it really depends on the timing of the game. Usually in the early stages, I'm just trying to get a really clear idea for draw weight and what the lines are going to give me on a given green. So generally picking up 1, giving up 1 is, as long as we're playing full end games, that's usually the strategy. In short sets, it was a lot more push to be aggressive early and pick up points where you can.
Fair point.
But yeah, when it gets into later stages of the game, you kind of have a feel for what's going to happen. You definitely want to take those shots to pick up big ends.
Okay. Interesting strategy. We might have a short jack here. Might have to run out here and go be the umpire. You might see me come into picture. Let's see if they need me. Looks like they say it's okay. So updating you on the scores in the other games. Kowalchuk currently is up on Kaufman 7-3. Looks like the last bowl is coming in that end, and Kaufman is holding at least 2. So I'll update you once that end's done. But it's currently 7-3. Let's try and see if I can.
On the Riggy Charlton game, it's 6-7. I'm not sure who's who, but it looks like Nathan is currently measuring for a third shot. A great shot there from Vincent to open it out. Just waiting for a quick scoreboard update from the Riggy rink. Another good bowl here from Vincent. What a great couple bowls. No problem. If anybody out there has their favorite players, favorite teams that they know are into this tournament, and they want some updates, we'll try to give them to you as best as we can. Vincent switching hands, trying to draw down to that group.
Apparently, I should go away more often.
A pretty good head here.
It was a pretty tight head, yeah. There's a little of a trail there. Might not be able to see it with Josh's legs, but Zach. Skip bowls now.
So it looks like with the points that Team Riggy picked up. They are up 8-7 on Team Charlton. So good battle happening there, and the head looks that they're both leads are drawing pretty good.
And then the score in Kowalczyk Kaufman is now 7-4 for Kowalczyk. They're having a meeting in the middle of the green. You can actually see it on camera there. It looks like they probably got the jack for the first time in a while, so I'm betting you we're going to see a change in length in that game. We'll see if that adjusts the scores.
Josh with his first offering in this end. Just going to come up short, but good line.
So depending on its angle, it may or may not even be in the count too, though, because those green balls are currently the closest for the house boys.
We're just going to sail one through. I just sprayed Vince's bowls a little bit. I think they're probably holding 2. Could be 3 with a measure. Just getting outside, not coming back.
He had the line on his first and didn't have the weight. A little bit outside on that one. Let's see if the skips can dial it in. Looks like a better effort, but I don't think that's going to change it. I think Vince is holding at least 1. Yeah, they're pointing at the 2, and then want to measure Josh's bowl.
Quick remeasure.
The umpire in me cringes when we don't measure to the bull that's laying down flat on its side.
And they both went to the leading one.
Correct. It's 3 for Team Cameron.
All right, good end. Bring
Much
them right back in it.
Saying score a couple straight ends and you can turn a game on its head. And a very high scoring game down the way. Team McDonald versus Thrasher says that it's 10-10 after 9, so averaging 2 points plus a game, or 2 points plus an end. First ball was pretty loose out of Vince. See what happens with his second one here. Just a little bit narrow. He's going to drift past the head.
He's ready to bowl, you guys.
Jake's bull back and play into the back there. Skip turns. It was a nice bowl by Vince. Was busy watching other matches. Didn't even continue to commentate this game. He's got some very complex heads developing in other games right now. A change in length for Team Kaufman got them 2 further points, so they've now narrowed that score to, I think it's 7-6 now. Just 1 second when they move the scoreboard. Yep, it's now 7-6. That game's narrowed significantly. Far end, we got 10-10. Big Bull Bob is currently tied with Kenny the Greenskeeper. Ken Olsovic. I say that in jest. Then Pat Bird, still wearing his Saskatchewan jersey. Cannot take him seriously. He's currently leading Pauline Wong 14-6. And looks like Jen McDonald and Greg might be trailing Billy Thrasher 13-10. Roy Riggy is currently leading 12-8. Peter Mock is all tied up at 11 with Fred Ems.
Josh switching his hands. Not sure why.
He's got his bowl to contend with out there. Let's see what happens. He was concerned about the trail, so he played it a little bit behind. Probably a little more intermediate than he wanted.
That's fair.
Looks like that's going to be one to team Cameron. So Daryl was commenting that it could be a big end for John and Pat down the way. Pauline Wong just drew in for shot
Yeah.
when she was down. Looks like probably about 5.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So that game, 14-7 now it looks like. 10 ends in, so they don't have a huge amount of time left, but slowly narrowing it.
Yeah, when I took a glance over to there, it was like 2 of Patty's and 2 of John's right on the jack, and she snuck in there.
She's a pretty sneaky bowler like that.
Mm-hmm.
After the round here today, it's going to be interesting to see player of the tournament standings, sort of what's going to happen with the implications of this game, because we've got probably about 7 or 8 different men, and then probably about 3 or 4 women that would be in contention to win the players of the tournament for each of the genders. But
That's right.
it's hard. All this, I guess this match has huge implications for who could potentially still win it. Our player of the tournament award was graciously sponsored by the Phoenix Championship of Bowls. It's another type of tournament, or new type of tournament that
UBC style. If you don't know what UBC is, it's a big event over in Australia. It's a unique scoring format.
very much
I guess
so.
is the best thing to say.
If you are interested in it at all, they have their one event for the year coming up, I believe, in a couple of weeks, or just I think it's next week, maybe even. So if you are in the Ontario area, that it is going to be hosted out there. So please, you can check them out online, Phoenix Championship of Bowls, and get your entry in, because it's a fun event, as Daryl said. It's a different high-scoring format, but it's very fun to play.
Can confirm September 16th. Crashing on the front and flopping in for shot. It's just looking to draw another one down here. Can't worry about the shot bowl. Just gonna slide by it.
Nice bowl here by Jake.
Yeah, good position.
Set up his dad pretty good for the skip bowls. Josh and Vince have been on a bit of a run here for the last 3-4 ends. Essentially brought the game back to even, so it'll be interesting to see if they can swing this end back in their favor. Whatever they've sort of changed with the mat, going to that short medium has been helpful for them.
Just coming up short with that first delivery. Gord looking to add another one in here. It's not far off. A great ball here from
Yeah,
Gord.
building a nice head here. Bit of an upset brewing down the way there. Billy Thrasher currently leading Jed McDonald and Greg Wilson 14-10. They're playing their 12th end. Looks like Billy is holding 2 in the head even right now as well. So very interesting upset brewing there.
Yeah. Let's see what Josh has here. Currently down 2 in the head. He's running after it.
He is stalking it hard.
Just gonna sail by.
Not gonna make a big change. At least some space there to draw in for potentially the 3.
Great ball here from Gord.
Beauty.
2 bombs.
So looks like the 3, so that's going to take us 12-8. It's a pretty dramatic shift again. Gives them some breathing room. They only got 3 ends left, so very interesting.
Yeah. Gord looking to shorten that jack again. Jake a little short and wide with his first delivery. Vince looking to nail the jack with this one. Not a bad ball, just sailing a few feet through the head there. You can see Mike Petulli out there doing a jack measure in the rink on the left. All right, Jake House throwing some good bowls. Currently sitting one with that front bowl there just to the right of the jack. Vince is just looking to draw a handy bowl in here, close to the head. It's not far off here. Great bowl. Great bowl. Josh looking to draw another nice one in here. Doesn't seem to like it too much. Might be a little too wide. Yeah, just a little wide. Gorge coming down the other side. Looking to land that shot ball. Just a little wide, gonna catch Vince's ball. Gary is. He's been running around doing a little bit of everything. So hats off to Mike Petulli for keeping this tournament going, doing the umpiring, doing the announcements, all the above. Pretty cool. Josh here going to come up short on this offering. Looks like Camaro got 1 out of that, I believe. I'll double check.
House is holding looks like House is holding the jack though. I don't know. They're flipping it. Just picked up the jack for Vince, I guess. And yes, Gary, shouting me out for wearing many hats. I am a man of many hats for this tournament. Many, many, many hats. One of them including umpire. There's Murray and myself are both umpires from Saskatchewan, so we've been doing that most of the week. Murray is heading home later this morning, though, so he's kind of not so much umpiring this round. So if you hear ruffling around in the tent, it's probably me running to go and do an umpire call somewhere. So after the tournament being over halfway done for the pairs, I have not seen quite as aggressive play style of teams that I expected. I thought with the Kilden being an end play that we might have some teams that would play the game far more aggressively and throw weight at much more heads, but I guess that's just me thinking wishfully, I guess, right, Daryl?
Might be a learning experience for some of the players. Some of them are so used to the respot, they're confused with the killed ends and that kind of play. So
it really does turn the game on its head if you kind of think about it. So I can see how it would be a little bit of a change up for a lot of people.
yeah, good opening bowl there from Jake. A couple feet off the front of the jack there.
I got a 1 there, I think. So what's that take?
Big games here.
It's a 16-11. Going home. Yep. Yeah, big time upset brewing on our one of the far rinks there. Billy Thrasher currently leading Greg Wilson and Jen McDonald 16-11. We've got they are coming home, so Jen and Greg need a 5 to tie. So that's a big upset. That is our number 1 seed after the seeding rounds. And they're losing to the 16 seed.
Single knockout is tough. You never know what's going to happen.
Yep. And realistically with I guess realistically with the seeding systems, you never know who people played and sort of the difficulty of the opponents maybe.
Yeah.
It also plays a factor in it, obviously. Yeah, Charlie's in the chat agreeing that he would be super aggressive with me. If I was in this, you'd be hearing the backboard rumble a lot because would not hesitate about playing a short jack and just let my lead let it rip and kill some ends, get the games done quick.
That's how you put them there, right?
Josh coming in here. He's currently down 1. Miles short.
When you're down, be up, right?
Correct. So
Cliche lines.
I can confirm it's very difficult to get shot when you don't reach the head.
Let's see what Gord has here. Jake set up a good head for him.
His weight looks close.
Yeah, not a bad offering here.
Beauty
Yeah,
ball.
what a great ball.
Didn't really even widen the target either, so it's a very nice shot.
No, just slid behind. Got a little touch.
Interesting head building over there. The Greg Wilson game. They've built a 3 very close. So Jen McDonald did her job. She put 3 bowls probably within about 2.5 feet of the jack. Currently, only one of the opponent's bowls in there, so gives Greg an option to land a bowl, push a bowl to maybe get that 5 or 6 that they need. In our other games, it's currently 8-8. Kowalchuk and Kaufman. Don't know the closest rank to us if it's Howard or O'Connor that are up 10-9, but again, very close games. And same with Peter Mock versus Fred Ems, 13-12. Roy Riggy is currently leading Bobby Jean Charlton, 15-9. There's 2 ends left in that one. John Patuli is leading Pauline Wong, 16-7. They have 2 to play there. And can't read that far scoreboard, which is Big Bulls Bob. We'll see if we can get an update on that one soon.
That was a tight game. It was tied at one point.
Looks like it's 13-11 now, so still a very tight game over there. Could not tell you which team is leading that one, but 13-11. So again, very close games across the board.
Josh needing a big bowl here.
Yeah, if can't convert this one, I think they're going to be pretty hard pressed to come back in this game. He's stalking it. He's really stalking it. Oh. So at least 2 in that head right now for Team House. Well.
Just a draw in. It's got a few feet to land inside that blue one in the front.
That'll do it. Billy Thrasher has upset Greg Wilson and Jen McDonald. Shocking. Looked like both Billy and Matthew were bowling well, just like they were on the streaming rink yesterday. So, see if I can make a run through the field here today.
Yeah. It's tough go. You got to be good every game. Single knockouts, cutthroat business. You have one stinker of a game, and you're gone.
Get out of here. Time to go home.
You're fired.
I did not pay attention to that measure. Not sure if it's 2 or 3.
Put up a 2 until we hear otherwise.
The WMDs are currently tied 10-10. Mike, thanks for asking. They're having a very tight one next door to, directly next door to us. We can see it pretty closely. Very tight game against Team Howard from Saskatchewan. We'll keep you posted.
Jake with a decent opener here, just a little wide.
And the next game is finished. Pat Bird and John Patulli have defeated Pauline Wong. And I think it's Lorna I can't remember her lead's name, unfortunately, on top of my head. So John Patulli and Pat Bird have moved on to the next round. Cheryl Storo is her teammate. Cheryl and Pauline were defeated. Good run by them. They won 3 of their games yesterday. Had some very tight matches, but they ended up pulling out a few of them. Decent bowl there with Jake. Probably the shot. It's hard to tell with positioning in the bowl. But Josh and Vince need a pretty big end here. Gonna probably get 2-3 type of a thing to make it manageable on that last end, but we'll see what happens.
Good ball there. Getting back for Vince, giving Josh some options if he needs to play through the hand.
Looking at our other games, looks like Kila Kowalchuk is up 9-8 on Kaufman, and they're playing their 12th end.
Vincent doesn't like this one. It's narrow.
Yeah.
Not bad. It splits those 2 green.
Yeah, when you look at bowls for sort of how they match up against your opponents, sometimes it's not terrible to be narrow and heavy if that's where your opponent's bowls have ended up too. I guess when they're trying to build ahead and get points like they need, though, I understand his frustration.
Could be the one.
Last bowl coming in the WMD game. Looks like it's going to be at least one for Team O'Connor. And looks like they're probably measuring the second. Looks like they're not even getting the measure out. It's just one, so I think that means it's all square again. Yeah, so that's 11-10 for Team O'Connor. 2 ends left.
Unfortunate result there for Josh Cameron, dragging that jack over to the green bowl.
Does have some options with his next one, though. He could probably go after that bull because looks like they have the back bull.
They do.
Probably second shot as well. fair, though, I guess he's got to be careful about his weight, because if he kills it, that's not going to help him.
That's true.
Look down the way in Roy Riggy's game. He's currently leading 16-9 with 2 to go, so pretty comfortably in the driver's seat over there. See, I think this game that we're watching here is probably pretty comfortably in the driver's seat as well, but see if Josh Cameron can make some magic on his last bowl.
What are you looking for? Just gonna be narrow on this one.
Doesn't really look like he likes it. Yep. Wide of the head.
You guys got this apple?
So that was 1 for Team House. So Team Cameron would need a perfect end to tie this up now.
The mid-length jack. Decent opener here from Jake.
Ghostface Killa Kowalchuk is currently leading 10-8. They have 2 ends left.
It's up. Vince getting a bowl in there nice. Oh, nice bowl there from Jake. I'm sure Mike and I both look fantastic. We're both pounding out the yawns in the booth here. It's been a long couple days.
One thing you never factor in when you're running a tournament is the after hours work that you have to do.
That's true.
Even the players are probably tired getting done at 8 o'clock. We're even more tired because we're not done till probably 10:30. So long days. Loving it though.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. Trying to keep an eye on some of these scores and some of these games going on around us. Jake with another good ball in there. Vince has had 2 really good bowls. One just got chipped out, but he needs to throw another one in here, see if they can get a bundle. I want to give Josh some options to look for that 6.
Vince has got to run a long ways here.
Yeah. Short bowls are not going to help in this situation.
It's the tough part when you're chasing a 6.
Yeah. You always have to be passed.
Wonder if Josh will go for just to try and kill it now, because the end is open. They are on their last end, so he could try and kill it.
Some people don't think about that in these games. No, coach.
All right, so Josh throwing some weight. He is able to kill this.
Yeah. If he kills it, he can reset the end because last end is open. It must be a scoring end.
In the O'Connor game, they're measuring per shot right now. Looks like 1. So it's at least 1 for O'Connor. They're measuring the second.
Josh killed it. Did he? Yep. Big kill from Josh Cameron. Reset the end and get another shot for 6. Jack measure. Smart play from Josh Cameron. Kill the end. Reset it. Conditions of play. Kill end is an end played, but the last end must be a scoring end. Josh is looking for Vince to play some through the head. Looking for a bundle. Josh is just getting Vince to play kind of through the head to the back. Bundle those bulls up and see if they can get a 6. And if you can drag the jack a little bit back as he's going, why not?
Yeah, that's a
Good
good
there.
shot. You're building ahead. And geez, a lead if you can build sort of a pocket of 3 bulls, say within 4 feet of each other. That's probably about as much as you can ask.
Yeah.
So Roy Riggy is currently leading by 5. And they're coming home. Cam McClelland, the lead for Bobby Jean Charlton, dropped one of his bulls about 4 feet short of the jack. So that 5 looks more and more doubtful. Here comes Vince again. Oh, okay, he's past it. It's making a pile. Josh can, maybe slice that jack straight sideways, that big lignoid bend. As Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber would say, so you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. Gord is just trying to mix and match bulls at this point.
Yeah, he just literally needs to play into the back, try and split those 3. Once he puts a bull to disrupt the 3, it's kind of just closing time, but we'll see what happens. It's probably not a bad spot.
Yeah.
Josh still kind of has a triangle that he could poke the jack to, but I think it's more of a question of how to get there. It's not an easier said than done situation, I think.
Again, Gord's just trying to get in the mix. Josh's is way deep. Good ball there from Gord. Just makes it tougher.
Yeah, Michael in the chat, it is probably nearly impossible to pick up a 6, but you never know. I I don't think it's really possible anymore when I look at it, because Josh's bowl is very deep.
He might be just trying to kill at this point. Oh, bowl out.
If the bowl rolls the whole way through, no.
Not quite. It's going to be very tough.
Yeah, he needed that bowl to go in the ditch, and then he had an outside chance at maybe trailing it, but... That's a good bowl by Gord. That limits that pocket out even more.
Josh trying to survey the situation, see if there is a 6 or if he might just have to kill it and try to reset.
I'm sure you're curious, Mike. The weapons of mass destruction are currently holding 2 in the head. The last bowl from Team Howard is coming. They need 2 to tie, I believe. No, they need 3. Looks like there is a little bit of a pocket in the back that they could trail the jack to. That's what they're kind of discussing as a team to see how to get the jack there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated.
So what does Josh do here? Go for the kill?
Well, either just shake his hand or go for the kill is
Yeah.
kind of your options, I think. The other game that's going on right now, it's 10-9 for Kowalchuk on Kaufman. We are down to the skips last two bowls. Kowalchuk is currently holding in the head
Triple?
and now holding 2 in the head. Second bowl drawn in by the skip, so Kaufman has to draw the jack cold or trail it, something here to essentially prolong this game. See what happens.
And Pat, is she going to make it?
So Team O'Connor has been victorious. They scored a 1, so they will win that game 14-10. Move on to the next round. Josh with some weight. He smoked it, but not enough. So that'll be at least 1 or 2 for Team House. They will also move on to the next round. And then Xavier Stanier is not going to throw his last bowl because they currently hold 1. So then Team Kowalchuk will move forward as well. We have quite a bevy of upsets here because I believe Team O'Connor was the underdog. Same with Team Kowalchuk. Team House was a favorite, technically, for looking at our seeding to be accurate. I'll set up some interesting matchups for the next round. We'll post a bracket probably sometime here in the next hour or so just to update everyone about who's going to be playing who. Likely have some info about who the streaming rink is as well. Not too sure what it will be, but we'll be back with you guys probably in roughly about half hour, 45 minutes. With that, may all your bowls be touchers.